Hey guys, welcome back to Legends of the Skyward Sword HD. I'm Jordan from Nintendo Free, and in this episode, we gotta do some stuff in Farron. But first, since we just got the burrow mitts, and we just finished the fire sanctuary, we're gonna head over here. Because this area has a piece of heart. Now we got a lot of stuff to do because I've been neglecting a lot of things until now. We just got a new heart too because that was our last heart piece for that. But yeah, I've been neglecting a lot of gratitude crystal side quests that we can do. But we're gonna do that in the next episode. And this one, we're gonna head to the sky, and we need to go to Farron, because since we finished the fire sanctuary, we got the last sacred flame. And since we got the last sacred flame, we can now go unlock the gate of time. And go see Zelda. Hooray! See, look. Tempered by Din's flame, this sword is now holds a force capable of annihilating evil. Woo! We got stuff. Do we have 0 of any of these things? Ah, blue bird's feather. See, once you play a game in hero mode, which is what I plan to do after this series, I'm not going to record it, but I will play in hero mode. Not immediately, though. I have other things. I've been thinking about doing a Breath of the Wild early Ganon thing, where I just do the Great Plateau and you go straight to Ganon. But yeah, so we're gonna head to the temple and go see Zelda. We just attract them all right here. Guys are so easy to kill now. But yeah, so Din's flame, it gave us a slight damage upgrade. Oh, here's a heart piece we can get. Wow, I think my heart stuff discovery of my lifetime. Goddess wall. Came across, of course. Okay, so we gotta draw an arrow. And if we draw an arrow, it'll give you a piece of heart. Yeah, so that's another heart piece. Yeah, that gem's in the yellow. Yeah, it's a gray gem. Ah, your sword. There can be no doubt the sacred flames have purified this blade. Well done, Cancer. That sword holds tremendous power. That power is a sacred force. It is a divine power left to us by the gods of old, the same power that is spoken in the Ballad of the Goddess. To look upon you is to see the same great power now flowing through you and the sword you carry. Come, Cancer, you must now open the gate of time. Now that the sacred force dwells within your blade, strike the gate of time with the Skyward strike, and it will surely awaken. Climb upon that pedestal and show the gate your sword's power. Whoa. Now I fear the seal is giving way again. That terrible beast is awakening even as we speak. It is likely that the monster reacted to the sacred power given off by your sword. I wish it had not happened, but there was no other way to open the gate, so it goes. Kento, you must imprison the beast once again. Alright, bring it on. That's what I've been waiting for. It's time to break out my new toy. Trust me, that flabby bag of teeth doesn't stand a chance. Well, what are we waiting for? I'm heading out there. See, I don't understand why he opens both doors at the same time. Hey, Cancer! Try not to drool in your shirt as you stare at this amazing super weapon I've been working on. I call it the Grucinator. Leaves you speechless, doesn't it? That's only natural. You wouldn't believe how much time I put into building this beauty. Here, check it out. First, I got all the fences cluttering the area out of the way, and then I laid down the rails for her to run on, all by myself, of course. I don't know what came over me. I just had no clue I had the talent to make something like this, you know? Anywho, just tell me where you want me to place my shots, and I'll put a hurting on that ugly monster. I don't care how beefy you are. You're bound to stumble for a few moments after you take one of my big bombs to the body. Hold on. There. Hang on though. That monster showed up a smidge too sooner than I was expecting. There's a few final adjustments I gotta make before she can move on the rails. I put down. I'll call out when she's ready for action. Till then, do whatever you can to hold off that beast. I like how they make him look so, like, they make it act, like, the music and everything makes it sound so scary, but he's really not. He just got too many teeth. He's like a shark. Start trying to climb, huh? Yeah, now, if you're thinking so, you cannot jump on his head because he'll shake you off. The only time you can jump on his head is when he shoots him with the Grucinator, but he can be on the wall, so. Have fun falling. Tell me how to use this. Man, I got a stun. Jump. Backwards. So we gets knocked out, because apparently that's what happens when you fall backwards. Gotta run over here. Gotta be quick, because you can get back up. Yes, his bombs will stun him, and I'll use that to jump on his head. Come on, stop. Stop wiggling like a worm. Get on your feet. Glad I hit his arm and not the ground, because it wouldn't have stunned him. Okay. Haha, take that. Seizure warning, because he likes to explode with a lot of light. Gotta go strike that spike. Did not mean to do that. No, don't stop. Thank you. Oh, come on. Maybe a little closer. Poke. Oh, come on. Even closer. Poke. There we go. Shaboom.
Hey!
Now you gotta head back up. It's not centered. Makes me mad. Let's go see Zelda. It seems you were successful in imprisoning the monster again. You have my thanks, Cancer. As do you, Groose. I do not wish to dwell on what may have happened if you two hadn't been there. Oh, you give me too much credit, Granny. You were the one who got me to stop feeling sorry for myself and put my energy into doing what I could do to help. I did what was necessary to get you to realize your full potential. Cancer, you must wonder just what it is you've been fighting out there in that great pit. There is much I could tell you, but suffice it to say, it is the root of all evil we face. When you pass through the gate of time, you shall learn more. We may seal it and reseal it into its prison 1,000 times, but it will always shatter the bonds that confine it, such as its awesome power. We must destroy it we must destroy it at its source, or suffer this fate again and again. There's no time to waste. There's no time to lose. Hit the gate of time with the Skyward Strike. Come on already, charge that sword of yours with the sacred force stuff Granny was talking about and zap the gate of time. Right, Granny? Indeed. Now, Cancer, go to the gate. Poke. I poked it. Oh, seizure warning, by the way. Just in case, because this is a lot of bright light, too, that like to flash. Did you know that those letters, the Hylian language, is actually a readable language? Like, it's actually written down as a... So you can actually read that stuff if you tried to transfer the symbols into letters. I always wondered, where do those gears come from? They just kind of appear out of nowhere. At a little rift in space. Fear it, this is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has been reactivated. Standing before you is a path that transcends the flow of time. It is a portal to the past, to the very place where Zelda now awaits. Go bravely, Cancer. If everything is as I suspect, the reunion with Zelda you fought so hard for lies beyond this gate. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna hang back here with Granny. I'm gonna hang back here, Cancer. That stupid monster doesn't know when to quit, and Granny here keeps yapping about how we never know when it might bust free again. Someone's gotta stick around and guard the place. Might as well be me. Besides, if I'm not here, who's gonna look out for the old girl? And you know what? Never mind, forget about it. When you see Zelda, tell her I said what's up. See, I always wondered how that works, because they just kind of run in there and walk on nothing. I also always wondered how long the gate was, because when you come out the past, you literally just come out the other side. Like, literally, you just came out the opposite side.
Hey!
Ah, at last, I've been expecting you, Cancer. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can. This is the Temple of Hylia, thought, though it will become known as a sealed temple sometime in the future. You stand here in the past, ages before your own time. Here, the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And little time has passed since the goddess sent the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true to its name, you have been passed through the gate of time to an era in the distant past. You will have many questions, but for now you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. It is there that the person you risk your life and blood for waits for you. You've come so far, Cancer. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We've traveled very far from home to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard on Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learned the whole story. Let me try to explain. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his very own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth she cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home of our people. In time, it became known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear to her that the seal would not hold for long against his fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there'd be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them into motion. First, she created Phi. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul to the body of a mortal. She made this sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the gods of old could one day be used. For while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by the gods, all of its power could never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last and only hope, the goddess gave up her divine powers and her immortal form. You've probably figured it out by now, haven't you? You are the chosen hero, and I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as immortal. The day of the wing ceremony, Girahim's tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at last moment by the old woman who lived in the sealed grounds. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me and helped me to remember who I was and what I had to do. I set out to pray at the goddess statues located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all with Impa, an agent of the goddess led me here to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of Demise. Stripped of his true physical form by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him at any cost. That's why I intend to remain here in the past. In this time and place, I sustain myself in a seal as best as I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. I must maintain the seal that I created so long ago, and keep it strong for as long as I am able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can see now that this is my purpose. Cancer, the goddess created the Phi and the great blade she's a part of for a specific reason. For the task of standing against Demise and his monstrous form, he now assumes he now assumes rests solely on your shoulders. Back in your own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now, and I can't thank you enough for that, Cancer. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. You gain power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And you've overcome these trials set before you and the goddess. Before you by the goddess, you've found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power of the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Valiant hero, you have endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless you and your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see on the back of your hand is proof that you are a hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Cancer. Draw your sword. The goddess has blessed your blade, and the Master Sword has at last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with a mythical power to drive back demons, and only Cancer may wield it. Cancer, before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. See, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in the world, only a select few, those with an unbreakable spirit, can wield its might. It is impossible to know the true reason why the gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow, I think it may have been their way of giving hope to all the mortal beings of this land. Which brings us back to you. To face demise and give the land hope, the goddess Hylia needed someone with an unbreakable spirit. That someone is you, Cancer. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself, so that you could wield the supreme power. So I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without even a moment's doubt. I used you. I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all of this, Cancer, but you have to understand that this is a war, and that this is war, and the fate of this land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be well intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Cancer, I cannot say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry out such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. While it's true that I am highly reborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him, and then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, Sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all this is over, will you come to wake me up? I promise. I'll see you guys next time.